Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine. He was a street kid turned billionaire, a killer and a king, a man who made the world bow to cocaine. This is the unfiltered story of the legendary Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, the drug lord who ruled Colombia with bullets, bills, and bravado. Welcome to a deep dive into the life of the most infamous narco in history. From dirt roads to dreams, Pablo was born on December 1st, 1949, in Rio Negro, raised in Medellin. His beginnings were anything but glamorous. His mom a schoolteacher, his dad a farmer. Pablo wasn't interested in poverty. As a teen, he told his friends he'd be a millionaire by 30. He meant it. His first hustles were small-time, selling stolen tombstones, pirating records, and running petty scams. But Pablo wasn't petty for long. The birth of the Medellin cartel. By the 1970s, cocaine was becoming Colombia's hottest export. Escobar saw the future. He partnered with traffickers like the Ochoa brothers and Carlos later, forming what would become the Medellin cartel. They didn't just move cocaine, they engineered an empire. Private airstrips, jungle labs, bribed customs officers. Monthly profits soared past $400 million. At one point, Escobar was spending $2,500 a month on rubber bands just to bundle his cash. Paradise and paranoia. Pablo Escobar lived large. His estate, Hacienda Nápoles, was a playground of surreal wealth, complete with a zoo of exotic animals, a Formula One racetrack, a private airport, and flamingo-filled lagoons. Celebrities, politicians, models, many partied at his mansion. Lavish doesn't begin to describe it, but paradise came with paranoia. Escobar knew enemies were everywhere. He turned his house into a fortress, guarded by sicarios, his deadly network of young, loyal assassins. The women behind the narco Escobar's love life was just as intense. He married Maria Victoria Henao when she was just 15. They had 2 children, Juan Pablo and Manuela. Maria stayed by his side through it all, even as he kept mistresses. One longtime mistress, Virginia Vallejo, a glamorous TV anchor, was not just a lover, she was a witness. Her memoir later exposed secrets about Escobar's political influence and dark ambitions. Women were drawn to his power. He was magnetic, even as he was monstrous. The rise of terror. Plata o plomo. Escobar ruled with a choice. Plata o plomo, silver or lead. Take the bribe or take the bullet. In the 1980s, Colombia bled under his command. He ordered assassinations of judges, journalists, even presidential candidates. His hitmen planted bombs in shopping malls and blew up entire city blocks. In 1989, he orchestrated the bombing of Avianca Flight 203, killing 107 people. Politician, populist, predator. In 1982, Escobar joined Congress. He donated to the poor, built housing projects, and created soccer fields. To the underprivileged, he was Robin Hood. To the elite, he was a threat. When the Minister of Justice, Rodrigo Lara Bonilla, stood against him, Escobar had him killed. That marked the start of full-scale war between the cartel and the Colombian government. Wild nights and criminal royalty. Pablo's parties were legendary. DJs flown in from Miami, endless champagne, helicopter rides for his guests. Supermodels and stars danced with sicarios. Politicians mingled with drug mules. But behind the glamour was control. Everyone who entered was watched. Everyone who crossed him disappeared. Legend of lawlessness. Escobar became more than a criminal. He became a legend. To the barrios of Medellin, he was a saint. To the DEA, he was the most dangerous man on earth. His power transcended borders. His reach extended from Colombian jungles to Wall Street banks. Stories abounded, of him burning $2 million in cash to keep his daughter warm, of children being paid to plant car bombs, of entire towns bowing to his will. Escobar was lawless, but in many places, he was the law. Even rival cartels respected the myth. His brutality was surgical, his generosity strategic. He built churches and schools, but funded their construction with rivers of blood. La Catedral, the king's prison. In 1991, Escobar cut a deal with the Colombian government. He'd turn himself in if he could build his own prison. La Catedral was the result. It had a jacuzzi, waterfall, bar, game room, and stunning mountain views. Inside, he lived like a king. He continued managing the cartel, throwing parties, and even torturing rivals. When word got out, the government tried to move him. Escobar escaped into the jungle. On the run, what followed was a 16-month manhunt that gripped the world. The CIA, DEA, Navy SEALs, and Colombian forces tracked his every move. Escobar became more isolated. Many of his lieutenants defected or were killed. His family was constantly on the run. Los Pepes, a shadowy vigilante group funded by his enemies and possibly aided by the government, targeted his associates and tortured them for intel. The fall of the king. On December 2, 1993, after a call to his son gave away his location, Escobar was tracked to a Medellin neighborhood. In a final attempt to flee, he ran across rooftops, but was shot and killed. To this day, debate remains. Was it the police, or did Escobar take his own life to avoid capture? Regardless, Colombia and the world exhaled. Aftermath and influence. Pablo Escobar left behind billions in hidden money, an empire in ruins, and a country scarred. His son changed his name and now speaks against the drug trade. His widow and daughter vanished into exile. Medellin has moved on, becoming a hub of culture and innovation. But remnants of Escobar's influence remain in the stories, the scars, and the ongoing narco-violence that still plagues parts of Latin America. Pop culture and the Pablo myth. Escobar has become an icon, twisted, glamorized, infamous. From narcos to rap lyrics, his image is everywhere. But the truth is darker than fiction. Behind every gold-plated gun was a grieving family. Behind every stack of cash, a life destroyed. This was not just the story of a drug lord. It was the story of a man who saw the world as a chessboard and played with blood and billions. Pablo Escobar built an empire from nothing and left behind a cautionary tale for all time. This is the rise, reign, and ruin of Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine. Thank you for watching. If this story fascinated you, subscribe for more true crime legends where the line between myth and reality blurs.